Hey, small group leaders. Hope you're ready to have a great weekend. Got a prompt for you this week that's based off of Romans chapter 8, and that's where the preaching text is coming from on Sunday, Romans 8:26 through the end of the chapter. So here's an icebreaker question for you. This week we're talking a little bit in the sermon about separation, about being separated from each other, and about how we can never be separated from the love of God. So as an icebreaker, maybe share a story from your life when you got separated from somebody, like got lost in a mall or a store, or lost track of one of your kids for a minute. And if you want, you could do this in kind of two parts, like maybe tell a serious or frightening separation story. And then if you got anyone that's humorous or funny, like a thing you lost and you had put it in an obvious place, or something that you lose all the time that you're known for getting separated from your phone or your keys or whatever, you might tell that too. So just share those as icebreakers. And here's a few digging deeper questions for you. First of all, there's some great verses in this chapter, like a bunch of favorites. So you could preach all of these different verses or lines from this sermon as its own sermon. There's just so many favorites, like that the Spirit prays with us and intercedes in groans that words can't express, like that God works in all things for the good of those who love Him, like the fact that those that He has foreknown, He's going to, and predestined, that He's going to see that to completion through justifying and glorifying them. There's the idea that nothing can separate us from the love of God. So there's all these great scriptures in there. Neither height nor depth nor powers nor anything in the past or the future, nothing can separate us from the love of God. So which one of these topics or scriptures is a favorite for you? Maybe just share which one is your favorite and why. Has it played an important role in your life, or has it meant something special to you? Now here's your last couple of questions. Has there ever been a time in your life when you needed the Spirit to pray with you because you didn't have words? Has there ever been something you've lived through where you just didn't have the words? Where were you? What was happening? What was the situation? Why were you left speechless in that way? And then what was it that God did? How did He speak to you? How did He search out inside your heart and find where the Holy Spirit was moving? Last one. Whenever you think about those great scriptures that talk about not being separated from the love of God, right now, which are the forces, whether it's hardship, persecution, whether it's angels or powers, whether it's the time, the way that you feel like you don't have time, the past that's haunting you, the present that you're worried about, which of the powers is threatening to separate you from the love of God? And what is happening? Is it causing you to feel depressed? Have you been suffering some internal fracturing during this time? Have you been separated or had a relationship be damaged during this time? Have you in any way just felt yourself going through cycles of feeling lonely at this time? Which of the powers is threatening you? And what does it mean to you that God's promise is that His love remains secure? How could you share that promise of His love in your own experience with others? How, in your own experience of suffering right now, could you then share what God is doing in your life or what He's promising to them, since He promises that He'll never leave us, He'll never forsake us, and nothing can separate us from His love. Hope you'll find some places for great conversation in this chapter and enjoy reading some of it again. It's one of my favorites. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend and hang in there. We're continuing to get through this together, and the Holy Spirit is helping us. Love you. Bye.